We heard in today's epistle reading St. Paul talking about the justice of God and how He judges the world impartially. Those who have received the truth, those who have received the law, will be judged according to the law. They will not receive any preferential treatment just because they have been given something. If you receive the gospel but you do not put it into practice, claiming to be a possessor of the gospel message will not save you. And likewise, those who have not received or not understood the fullness of truth, they also have no excuse in front of the justice of God, because in the heart of every human being has been put the law of the conscience, by which those people also will be judged by God at the end. And St. Paul says not that we will be judged simply according to our works, but he says specifically we will be judged according to the secrets, according to the hidden things within us. Because who you are in secret is who you truly are. Who you are in public, you may be kind and polite and helpful and all of these things and have a wonderful appearance before other people, but who you are in secret where no one but God is watching, that is who you truly are. Which is why Christ tells us to pray and to fast and to give to charity in secret, so that there is no other hidden motivation behind what we do other than love for neighbor and love for God. Things done in front of other people will always have a prideful motive behind it. And it's not only that God sees the secrets of our hearts and will judge us for them at the end, but the secrets that we carry in our hearts they also affect us day to day. They affect us in our lives here. And almost every single unhappy person, not exclusively, but almost every single unhappy person is unhappy because they don't respect the person that they are in secret. They live in a way that is contrary to their own conscience. And this hypocrisy within us turns every single interaction we have essentially into a falsehood. We try to present ourselves in one way, hoping that the person won't find out who we really are. And we're full of anxiety, we're full of doubts, we're full of fear, wondering, will this person really love me if they knew who they were? Would I have the same respect from people if they knew who I really was? Would any of my relationships last? Would my family be with me? Would my friends be with me if they knew who I truly was? And because the conscience judges us at every moment, and the conscience demands satisfaction, the conscience within us demands justice, if we don't manage to find that within ourselves, it will try to find it elsewhere, and it is expressed in twisted and disordered ways. And so, because of our inner desire for justice and our failure to find it within ourselves, we turn to condemnation of others, to gossip. Perhaps we become rude to people, and we behave with other people in a way that is unpleasant. And of course, every single one of those actions just compounds our feelings of self-loathing and inadequacy. And so this whole secret life that we have within us, and I'm not talking necessarily about grave and embarrassing sins, even smaller things, but just the fact that we live in a way that we are not actually comfortable with. We live in a way that we don't actually respect, in a way that we actually don't want. The person we are in secret is not who we want to be. It's not a person we would like if we encountered them. That fact becomes a net, essentially, which traps the person in this spiritual paralysis. And so Christ comes and calls us today in the gospel, and He invites us, like the fishermen, to leave their nets and to leave our net and to follow Him. we have the sacrament of confession and other things in the church which allow us to bring into the light all of the things that we carry in secret, all of these things that ruin our interpersonal relationships, that ruin also our relationship with ourselves, to bring those into the light and to transform the heart and to become genuine Christians in our lives, and to live in secret the way that we should live also in public. Because the person who lives in secret the way that he wants to appear in public is a genuinely free person, and he is the person who will find peace and joy and satisfaction in the presence of God and in the presence of others. There is no fear, there is no anxiety, and usually there is no unhappiness. I'm not saying there aren't other things that can't cause us sorrow, but generally speaking, almost every single thing that we encounter in life that brings us down tends to stem from our own sense of dissatisfaction with ourselves. It's our own sense of dissatisfaction that will turn a relationship into a prison, or that will destroy some other kind of friendship, or that will make us bitter about the work that we have to do. Almost everything stems from this secret life that we are not comfortable with. And so Christ invites us today to bring into the light all of the hidden things, to transform the heart. And if the heart does not transform immediately, in the gospel it says they immediately left their nets and followed him. Even if we can't attain to that immediacy and that immediate change, then at least use what is left within you as food for your humility. And if we can at least, using that dissatisfaction with ourselves, not to lash out at others, not to be bitter about things around us, not to be self-hating, but to become genuinely humble and to understand our need for the grace of God, then that transformation will take place. And our Father, who sees who we are in secret, will then reward us openly with his peace, with his grace, with his joy.